What's up? This is another video by Exotic Sports relating to WWE. And today we're going to be discussing the time that Jeff Hardy made his return to WWE back in 2006. This was, of course, after his 3-year absence, after his drug abuse problems, and he refused rehab and then ended up not re-signing when WWE went to TNA. We're just going to be talking about the time where he came back in 2006 and really became a star. This is probably going to be a 3 or 4 part series. This is the time when Jeff Hardy came back in 2006. That was a good hit right there. All y'all need to smoke for real. Anyway, Jeff Hardy returned on August 21st, 2006 to confront Edge. Edge at the time was the WWE champion, and Jeff Hardy, he came out and he challenged Edge to a non-title match. He ended up beating Edge in his return match by a countout. Now, that was just a short-term thing. Jeff Hardy then entered, he had a match with Randy Orton, with the winner facing Johnny Nitro for the Intercontinental title. And Hardy ended up winning that match due to interference from Carlito, who was beefing with Orton at the time. So, Jeff Hardy earned him a shot at the title, and he faced Nitro for it on Raw. Of course, Nitro used cheating tactics to get the victory. And so that's how it really started out for Hardy. He then, due to that, a rematch was scheduled for Unforgiven, where Nitro would defend the title against Hardy. And once again, due to Melina's interference, Nitro would retain the title. But this was not it for Jeff Hardy, as he was continuing to pursue the Intercontinental title. And I believe it was October 2nd, 2006, Jeff Hardy finally reclaimed the Intercontinental Championship. First time he had it since 2001. You know what I'm saying? And Jeff Hardy, at this point, his return was going really well. He was clean. He wasn't doing no drugs. He was there. And he was becoming the star that he always should have been. You feel me? So he had that title for around a month. And during this month, Jeff was in a feud. It was Cyber Sunday, which meant the fans voted certain stipulations and matches. And in this match, Jeff Hardy was set to defend his Intercontinental Championship against either whoever fans chose between the 3 men of Shelton Benjamin, Carlito, and Johnny Nitro. And so they would have, tag team matches here and there, whatever, leading up to the pay-per-view. At the pay-per-view, the fans chose Carlito to face Jeff Hardy, and Jeff Hardy successfully defended the IC title to defeat Carlito to retain. He then entered into a feud with Johnny Nitro after this, because the night after Cyber Sunday, Johnny Nitro defeated Jeff Hardy to win the Intercontinental Championship back. It was actually a surprising victory at the time. But Johnny Nitro, his title reign was short-lived, because 7 nights later on the episode of Raw, Jeff Hardy challenged Johnny Nitro in a ladder match for the IC title, where Jeff Hardy was able to win back that title a week later. And Jeff Hardy would continue on to hold on to the Intercontinental Championship for the rest of the year. In 2006, his feud with Johnny Nitro kind of turned into a feud between the Hardy Boys and Eminem, because this was really around the time that the brand split didn't really mean anything once ECW came into play. So they entered a feud against them, and at Survivor Series, they were a part of Team DX. The Hardy Boys were, and they teaming up with CM Punk, and they defeated Team Rated RKO. They reunited on ECW. Again, like I said, Matt Hardy belongs to SmackDown, Jeff belongs to Raw, but they're at an ECW show, whatever. They reunite there, and they defeat the FBI. And then they enter a feud with Johnny Nitro, who Jeff was already previously feuding with, and a returning Joey Mercury, who was, of course, the partner of Johnny Nitro back in the Eminem days. That feud started, and there was a no disqualifications match, and things like that between Jeff Hardy and Johnny Nitro. They were still enthralled in their Intercontinental Championship feud. You know what I'm saying? But at December to Dismember, which was the ECW exclusive pay-per-view, the Hardy Boys laid out an open challenge to any team in the world, and Eminem accepted, and Eminem suffered a loss to the Hardy Boys. And then, of course, he then moved on, and they had that, the Hardy Boys had that great match against Paul London and Brian Kendrick, Dave Taylor, William Regal, and Eminem at Armageddon, the ladder match where Joey Mercury's face damn near exploded. That was a really good match. That was probably one of his best matches from 2006, to be real with you. He was also still the Intercontinental Champion at that time. And that was a big highlight from his career in 2006. And Jeff Hardy continued to successfully defend his Intercontinental Championship for the rest of 2006. And 2006 was the first year that Jeff Hardy returned to WWE, and it was the start of what was inevitably gonna happen. Jeff Hardy was gonna become the star that he was always meant to be. He was gonna become world champion, and 2006 was just the start. And that has been the video of Jeff Hardy's triumphant return in 2006 that led him into being the legend that he has now become.